Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshయం Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityanandam, let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures: no photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions: please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I've added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion, and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha, Radhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, Trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And Anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase. Ishana Murti as 5 phase. Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase. Agora Murti has 5 phase. Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase. Agora Murti has his five face. Vamadeva Murti has his five face. Satyojata Murti has his five face. Ishana Murti has his five face. All these five Murtis, five faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, and Nityananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nityananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. First experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting, the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas form the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nityananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the rishis, munis, ganas, nayanamars, alvars, and siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measured, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nityananda Jnanapatati for the power of length, powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita Decoded. Let's go to Bhagavan Satsang for powerful cognition.
Your fight, your own one hand hates that part of chin and punching it. But the pain and the pained is one and the same. Desire and the desired is one and the same. The person who desires, desire itself, and the object which is desired is one and the same. Understand? In the pure listening, what you experience as you is the same stuff every being in the whole universe experiences as itself is Advaita Satya. Jnana Prakasa, you understood? Listen. I know the kid can understand. All of you understand. Your aggression, agitation, that is responsible for the other person's aggression or agitation. If you master your eyes never to overflow, means tears not to come out, you can master and keep the ocean without overflowing. Please listen. If you can master your eyes never to overflow, you can master the ocean and control it never to overflow. It means the energy which makes your eyes overflow, the energy which makes the ocean overflow, both are one and the same. Both are one and the same. Listen. 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 Inside you, whenever you associate yourself to the listening part of you and sit with yourself and listen to you, you enter into more and more completion. Especially when you sit with water bodies and try to listen to yourself, you will have that deep listening to yourself. Deep listening to yourself. Listen, the pure listening to yourself leads you to more and more completion. In Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we have one of the very powerful method called Ajapa Japa. You listening to you chanting. In Ajapa Japa, the aggressive repetition of the name is not given that awareness, attention, energy, support. But the pure listening, you just listening. Actually, when you deeply listen to you, the sound which happens, that is the Ishta mantra for you. Sometimes it can be Shiv, 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 or Soham, Hum, Sam, Hum, Sam. Whatever you listen is your Ishta mantra. In Ajapa Japa, the chanting or repetition, the aggressive action is not emphasized, but the passive listening was emphasized. The passive listening, please understand, the passive listening leads you to complete completion. I should tell you, the passive listening is the most powerful completion. The passive listening is the most powerful completion. Keep this as the basic rule, the law of life. Whenever your energy is put towards talking to you, whenever your energy is put towards talking to you, you are getting into more and more incompletion. How much ever you talk to you, you will be entering into more and more incompletion. But the more and more you listen to you, you will enter into more and more completion. Completion process is not talking to you, but listening to you. Same way, even with others, the more and more you listen, the more and more you put everyone into the space of completion. The more and more you talk, the more and more you put everyone into the space of incompletion. From completion, if somebody talks, they put you in the space of completion. That is only master. He articulates completion. He speaks out of completion so that you can understand completion. Completion teaches about itself to you so that you can achieve completion. That is what is satsang. Completion, introducing itself to you and making you achieve completion, is satsang. Other than satsang, any talk is aggression, leads to incompletion. Any listening is reception, leads to completion. Listen, listen, listen. The more and more you listen, more and more you reach the space of completion. The more and more you enter into the space of completion, the more and more you are established in the space of Advaita.
Beautiful satsang on how listening leads to completion, completion leads to Advaita Satya, and living in the deep completion leads to the space of enlightenment itself. With that, let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
Sutra 1.19 Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi.
Scripture reference for the manifesting power of the length. Source Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19. Bhagavan Parameshwara says, by aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and willed manifests at once in its length, breadth, depth, time, and space dimension. Bhagavan beautifully says, how much of it we are grounded on listening, that much completion happens with all others. More and more completion happens not out of talking but out of listening. Deep listening gives deep completion space, because the more we are in listening, the inner chatter cannot be there. The one nice thing is either you can talk or listen. The beautiful space. That is why Bhagavan says listening is God. Listening is contribution. Talking is only blabbering whatever inner words are there, like gibberish meditation. How we have random words stored confused way inside us, and we continuously throwing the words on others. Bhagavan beautifully say, instead of doing that, have the inner listening. That is your mantra for Ajaba Japa. To that extent, he says, go inside, inward, and see what is in your inner space and what is that you need to be in listening. When you ground on the listening, I am Paramashiva in the inner space, continuously doing Ajapa of the Mahavakya or Ishta Mantra, simply you will be seeing the huge shift happen in the outer world. If anybody wants a huge shift in the outer world, Bhagavan says, do the inner listening. Continuously listen to your inner space. What is it actually saying? Do not talk or have a conversation. Just be in listening mode. Like your friend wants to say something, you will be just in the listening mode. Continuously doing that again and again, simply you will start miracles happening around you, everything getting cleared up, everything getting better. With what Bhagavan says is listening leads to completion, completion leads to the Advaita space, the living enlightenment, beautiful space of oneness, that he exists in everything in from that, he experienced the love for the whole humanity and all over the universes. Bhagavan says so beautifully how the listening transforms a person. Whenever you're listening, that moment there is no thought, because the thought cannot happen because listening is happening. Every time you're bringing yourself in awareness of listening, the whole thing changes. You say Ajapa Japa is not chanting, but from which listening are you chanting? That matters. Just chanting the words does not matter, but which listening are you chanting those words matters. Bhagavan has given a very powerful cognition. With that, let's go to Apta Pramana. Length dimension, information on different astronomical detail directly from Akasha. This is from Bhagavad Gita chapter 11 and verse 16. On the day of Kamsa's sister Devaki was married off to Vasudeva, an Akashic voice, Akashirvani or voice from the sky, was heard prophesying that Devaki's eighth son would be the destroyer of Kamsa. The child Kamsa immediately unsheathed his sword to kill his sister, but Vasudeva intervened and implored Kamsa to spare his bride and promised that to hand over every newborn child to him. Kamsa relented but imprisoned both Devaki and her husband Vasudeva. Completely how Kamsa, because of his tapas, it was informed to him also that he would be killed by the eighth son of Devaki. Now with this powerful cognition and Apta Pramana, let's go to Atma Pramana.
Stupidly secured. And the bank balance zeros you have, electronically generated zeros in the bank computer screens by the exploiting ignorant stupid guys. If that is giving you the concept of security, you are stupidly secured. I am not saying that money cannot give you comfort. Yes, it can give you many things which you cannot buy without it, no doubt. But if you cognize that is going to give you a complete security in life, you are fool. It can give you painkiller, it cannot remove pain. Bed is not equivalent to sleep. When you don't have bed, you equate bed to sleep. Only if you have multi-bedroom house, you will understand bed is not equivalent to sleep. Same way, security you feel based on length dimension is the security ship feels in the port. Is that security for the ship? No. Security of the ship is its ability to handle everything of the ocean. Security for you is your ability to handle all the 11 dimensions. If you don't tumble down in the 25 states of consciousness, you are secured. The ultimate security, please listen, in the doing aspect and being aspect. Sushupta sushupti, to turyadita turyadita. If you can handle, that is what is security. See, in this, that doing aspect, y-axis, being aspect, x-axis, in both aspects, your ability to handle all the 5 states is security. Anything in the length dimension can get you comforts of the external world, no doubt. Comforts which can be delivered to you does not mean security. Maybe you are a little more secured than the person who does not have that comfort. But that does not mean you are secured. Security is not relative, it is absolute. Relative security, you call it or you consider it, you cognize it by mistake as absolute. That is faulty generalization. Yes, surely if you have a home, you are more secure than the homeless, especially in this biting cold. No doubt. You think Yama cannot walk into your room? That is where you are fool. You are little more secured than a homeless is a right statement. But you are secured in your home is not right statement. Comparatively secured, but unfortunately, your cognitions carry a lot of blind spot. When I am explaining now, you understand, okay, but when you are relaxed, when you are on your own, what is your cognition? Listen, how many of you really cognize when you are on your own? Money is a big security. With money you are secured. It is a blind spot. Come on, let's understand. With money, you are better secured, not secured. So you need to clear the blind spots. Many of the blind spots, when they are cleared, they manifest as power. Listen. When you treat money cheaply, it just follows your feet. No, really. Money is not Lakshmi. Your ability to treat money cheaply is Lakshmi. Very cheaply, abusively. Almost like, Because, listen, if you come to an understanding what is real wealth, you will just know how to keep the wealth running behind you. Listen, now I am giving you a very important understanding. You need to come to these cognitions. That is why the lessons about the 11th dimension. These cognitions are needed. Actually, I am teaching you how to come to powerful cognitions with this 11th dimension. With this 11th dimension, the 2 important results you need to achieve. Mahadeva says the first result is manifesting powerful cognitions, then manifesting powers. Listen, there is a big difference between these 2. Listen carefully. If you read through third eye, it is manifesting powers. If you realize if my third eye is available for me, it is available for me because my third eye is connected to Swamiji's third eye. It means I can connect with his third eye. If I can connect with his third eye, I can connect with anyone's third eye. And using anyone's third eye and starting reading is manifesting powerful cognition. Understand now, I want you to manifest powerful cognitions about life, wealth, everything. What is wealth, The number of hours you are able to be alive intensely a day is your wealth. Number of hours you are alive without being shaken by your chemicals and hormones.
Let's go to the Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are the initiated disciples, devotees all around the world experiencing the power and demonstrating and sharing their testimonial. Now we have the Nityananda participants with the Balasans in the courtyard experiencing that and sharing.
Every balasant in our courtyard area where Swamiji was sitting, they were firing out these calculations that were square roots and pi and decimals. And I asked Nandita, what's the distance from the earth to the moon? And she got it exactly right.
With that, let's go to the instruction and Pratyaksha Pramana.
Pratyaksha Pramana. Scientific studies. What can be measured? Measuring the effects of being in enlightenment state. Vedic sciences have always maintained that consciousness is the very substance of space and time. His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Paramahamsa Nityananda, has clearly defined the existence of 11 dimensions of consciousness. As per his elucidation, space can exist by itself. On the other hand, time can exist only in the presence of space, but can still exist without other dimensions, including the obvious ones, depth, length, and breadth. Source from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 2, Consciousness, page 83. In quantum terms, thought too is energy. Every cell of our body produces thoughts in the form of signals, which may be electrical, chemical, or otherwise. These can be measured in TPS, or thoughts per second. The normal TPS of the average human being can be hundreds of or thousands. Some thoughts are processed consciously, while others are processed unconsciously. A TPS of 0 is the state of Advaita, or enlightenment. Space is made up of strings of potential energy, which are in constant vibration, spanda, leading to the creation of virtual particles. This is the very basis of the Vedic truth of consciousness. In the Avatar Shastra, Swamiji mentions quantum physicist Amit Goswami's article about entanglement between two people. Quantum physicist of Indian origin, Amit Goswami, made two people meditate together. They were separated in two chambers, one person in each. When one person had a light stroked at his eye, it caused the firing of certain frequency in the brain. Remarkably, at the same moment, the other person's brain also fired, even though he never saw the light. This proves that the energies of people intuitively affect each other.
There are two kinds of movement in the world. One kind of movement is maximum speed limit with the speed of light. That's the kind of movement that is allowed in the domain that we call space and time. That's where matter moves, that's where things look diverse. But the other kind of domain is where the speed of communication is infinite. We call it non-local. That's the domain of potentiality. And if there is instant connection in that domain, then do you see it got to be one? If things are instantly interconnected, that interconnectedness is a oneness. That is the oneness that mystics and spiritual teachers talk about. That is the oneness. So simply by recognizing that objects are possibilities, we are looking at a oneness. And then it's just a question of language. Question of language. What should I call this oneness?
Setting up for the astronomical detail in the length dimension, set up the camera, Atmamurti, Jnananjan, and paper and pen. Let us take a few minutes to set up the camera, download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you and the Atmamurti and the paper that you're writing. Make sure the place is very well lit and does not have much sound so that you can record the beautiful video and share it with the world. These are very special moments. Don't miss to record your manifesting Shaktis. Guidelines: start, turn on the video recording, apply the Jnananjan on your third eye, bring your awareness to your third eye, randomly ask the astronomical details which has defined answer to compare, like dates, positions, happening, and keywords. Use Atmamurti for manifesting through third eye. Gaze at Atmamurti and whatever appears, write in a piece of paper, and whichever matches exactly the astronomical dates, position, happening, keywords, and then you are manifesting the powers perfectly. If you got only the sum of the answers correct, you've started the manifestation. More and more celebrate the manifestation that you're experiencing. You will start manifesting more powers. Verify it all authentically. Share your videos with powerful cognition with others and listen to others' experience of power manifestation. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting, means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me, why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. You need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness,
It just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nityananda. Nityananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Jnananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivam 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Verification process, verification that no video editing is done on Shakshi Avishkarna powers, manifestation, power manifestation videos. Verify video is not stopped or restarted in the process of manifestation. All videos are with the timestamp. All videos should have wide angle view. Do not tamper with the questions by showing the methods or give clues is prohibited. Do not prepare the question answers in front of the partner. If answer is in different metric system, first convert it and verify then. Do not use any electronic device, Bluetooth, books during the power manifestation. Give complex, difficult astronomical questions, not the simple ones, so that you will know it's a manifestation of Shakti. Authentically, the result should match as seen exactly by anyone commonly and not interpret the result. Making sure all these things. Thank you for manifesting the powers today. We are the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra. Thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the power manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnanapadati, Nityananda Jnanapadati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nityananda.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham